Hey everybody and welcome to the bullshit party. Nice, we got a proper intro this time. And in this one we're gonna be taking the current podium vehicle and doing a custom challenge with it. So many of you are probably wondering what the challenge is and why am I here. Let's tackle these one at a time. First let's get out of the pool and get to the vehicle. And this entrance is inspired by Ethan Hawke from the Mission Impossible series. Look different in the movies. I know, I'm not very good at the game, but this is the current podium vehicle, the BR8, and this is the one we're gonna be making a challenge for. And to give you the setup for the challenge, we first need to get to the airport. Transition music. And here we are, and the challenge is pretty simple. We start off at Los Santos airport, make our way through the city, up the highway, and go to the military base. Then we're gonna stop the timer and select our third waypoint, which is gonna be down this road and this airport. And we're gonna get to the airport from this side and we need to do an entire lap, and then this is gonna be the finish line after we finish the lap. The whole thing has a time limit of 6.5 minutes. That might sound like a lot to you, but believe me, I think it's gonna be very tight. And if you're thinking, I think you've done a challenge like this before, you're absolutely right. Good job. But the time limit is what's gonna make this one challenging. And pile that on top of the fact that the F1 cars don't have very good top speed, and you have a great challenge ahead. And with the first waypoint set, it's time to wait for daylight and get started. And off we go. And my first impressions are that this is gonna be very challenging because I see the fog coming down. Oh, and if you for any reason want to watch last week's video, I'm gonna post it right here in case you want to enjoy it, after you watch this one of course. And a little bit more about the podium car, it's the BR8 and it's an F1 car. And that's about all I know. In a video that I made a couple of months back reviewing another F1 car, I was corrected that it was in fact an Indy car. But apparently that's not the case here. The BR8 was designed from the ground up to copy a real-life F1 car. And that's the Red Bull RB7. Cute. The thing that really excites me about this challenge is that this car has the great equalizer. Let me explain. If you've seen my content before, you know that I like to, crash. And I like to do that a lot. But this car has a built-in boost system, and the system is activated with the press of a button and recharged by laying off the gas, or recharged faster by pressing on the brakes. Now what I think makes this interesting is that the boost meter is gonna basically fill up every time I crash, if I crash that is, which is gonna allow me to go back to top speed in almost no time, and thus basically negating the crash. And here we have a perfect example of what I was talking about earlier. Even though I basically had the boost bar filled before the crash, using the boost after crashing basically put me back into top speed in a matter of seconds. I'm telling you guys, this one's gonna be close. Oh, and I did forget to mention this in the beginning, but this is also a one-time thing. If something goes wrong, if the server crashes, if I pop a tire, if I crash into something, if the world explodes, well, challenge failed. That said, let's enjoy some more flawless driving. Just beautiful. And here we are coming up to the halfway point and still no accidents. Except that one. But as I said at the beginning, as soon as I'm on the road again, I'm gonna be able to use my boost and get back to more or less top speed in a matter of seconds. And because of the BR8's awesome grip, I'm able to make this right hand turn here with no problem at all. The timer's gonna pause as soon as we enter the military base. From then, we're gonna select our final waypoint, go back to the entrance and resume the timer. And we're ready to resume. And I have done this course a couple of times, and I've noticed that this is basically the halfway point, which means it doesn't really good for the challenge right now. But at least we have full boost, which is gonna allow us to reach top speed in no time. Something that I want to point out here is that I usually crash into oncoming traffic. That's because most cars' handling is very floaty and very boat-like, especially compared to an F1 car. But I gotta say and pat myself on the back, and I'm sure you guys will agree that my driving here is absolutely flawless. Yeah, that one doesn't count. Or that one. Wait, that's not even from this video. But okay, I get the point, I'm shutting up. And here we are, the final stretch. 40 seconds on the clock and 1 lap to go. And if you're thinking to yourself, that's more than enough time to do a lap, maybe you're right. And if you're thinking to yourself, that's totally not enough time, well, maybe you're right. Let's watch and find out. But I promise you, one of you is right. And if I had to measure it, I'd say we're about a third of the way there. Literally the last corner in which I'm braking, so I'll be able to use my boost. Did I mention before how much I'm loving this car? If I didn't, I'm doing it now. I love this car so much. And by the looks of it, we're gonna be having a successful challenge, but just by this much. And there we go, we end with a final time of 6 minutes and 21 seconds. I gotta say, that was a lot of fun to do. And if you wanna replicate it at home, make sure you do so and post your time in the comment section down below. And with that, I guess this brings an end to this video. Thank you so much to everybody who watched. Hopefully you liked what you saw, and if that's the case, please don't forget to leave a like. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ooh, a plane. I wonder if I can fly this thing upside down.